Costco sells a hot dog and a soda for $1.50. They have sold it at that price since 1985. They have never raised it. Not for inflation, not for supply chain disruptions, not for anything. In fact, when a Costco executive once suggested raising the price, the CEO pulled him aside and said, "If you raise the price of the effing hot dog, I will kill you." That's not a metaphor. He actually said that. So, how does a company that refuses to make money on its most iconic product generate over $230 billion in revenue every single year? The answer isn't what you think. And once you understand it, you'll never walk into any store the same way again. Let's start with the thing that makes Costco look insane on paper. Most retailers mark up their products between 25% and 50%. Buy something for $10, sell it for $15. That's how retail works. That's how it has always worked. Walmart does it, Target does it, Amazon does it. Costco caps their markup at 14%. On most products, it's closer to 11%. They sell televisions, furniture, pharmaceuticals, fine jewelry, and caskets. Actual caskets. And they make almost nothing on any of it. By every conventional measure of retail, this is a catastrophically bad business model. A normal retailer running on 11% margins would be out of business within a year. And yet Costco is the third largest retailer on the planet, behind only Walmart and Amazon, two companies with hundreds of thousands more employees, dozens more years in operation, and business models that every analyst on earth understood from day one. So, what is Costco actually doing? The answer is the membership. To shop at Costco, you pay $65 a year for a basic membership, $130 for the premium tier. That's the whole game. In 2023, Costco collected $4.6 billion in membership fees. Well, their total net income that same year was $6.3 billion. Do the math. Membership fees account for roughly 73% of Costco's entire profit. The store itself, the $230 billion in merchandise moving through their warehouses every year, basically breaks even. Costco is not a retailer that charges a membership fee. Costco is a membership business that runs a store. That one sentence changes everything about how you understand what's happening when you walk through those doors. And here's the number that proves it actually works. Costco's membership renewal rate is 93%. 93% of people who join Costco pay again the following year. And the year after that. And the year after that. That is not a customer base. That is a locked-in recurring revenue stream that most subscription businesses would do anything to replicate. Netflix's retention rate hovers around 75%. Spotify is similar. Costco beats both of them with a warehouse store. But why do people keep renewing? This is where it gets psychological. The moment you hand over that $65, something shifts in your brain. Behavioral economists call it the sunk cost effect. You've already spent the money. It's gone. You can't get it back. The only way to extract value from it is to go back and use it. So you go back again and again and again. Studies show that Costco members visit an average of 22 times per year, nearly twice a month. And every single time they walk through those doors, they've already psychologically committed to spending money before they've touched a single product. They're not browsing. They're not window shopping. They're there to get their money's worth. Costco doesn't need to convince you to buy anything. You convinced yourself the moment you bought the membership. But it goes even deeper than that. Because Costco also controls exactly what you find when you get there. Walk into any normal grocery store and you'll find between 30,000 and 50,000 different products. Every brand, every size, every variation. Heinz ketchup in 6 different bottle sizes. 12 different types of olive oil. An entire aisle of cereal with 40 options. Walk into Costco and you'll find about 4,000 products total. That's not a limitation. That's a deliberate strategy built on decades of consumer psychology research. When you have fewer options, you make decisions faster. You feel more confident in what you picked. You spend less time deliberating and more time buying. And because Costco has already vetted every single product on those shelves, negotiated the best possible price, verified the quality, you trust what you're getting. You don't need to comparison shop. Costco already did it for you. But here's the twist that makes Costco genuinely unlike any other retailer on earth. About 20% of Costco's inventory changes constantly. One week there's a Le Creuset Dutch oven for $89. Next week it's gone. A $400 drone. A 72-piece tool set. A cashmere coat for $49.99. You never know what you're going to find, and you never know if it'll be there next time. Costco calls this treasure hunt merchandising. It turns a trip to buy toilet paper and chicken into something closer to a game. Members don't just go to Costco to restock their kitchen. They go to see what's there this week, and when they find something unexpected, something genuinely good at a price that seems impossible, they don't think about it. They put it in the cart immediately, because it might be gone tomorrow. That urgency is not accidental. It is engineered, every single time. Now let's talk about Kirkland's signature, the plain white label. The store brand that somehow beats the name brands. Kirkland accounts for roughly 30% of all Costco sales, and it is not a cheap knockoff designed to fool budget shoppers. Kirkland olive oil is frequently produced by the same Italian suppliers as premium imported brands. Kirkland batteries consistently outperform Duracell in independent testing. Kirkland's premium vodka was long rumored, and widely believed by spirits experts, to be Grey Goose at a third of the price. So why does Kirkland exist? It exists as leverage. When a name brand supplier tries to raise their prices beyond Costco's 14% markup cap, Costco doesn't negotiate. They don't plead. They don't compromise. They tell the supplier, fine, we'll make our own. And because Costco moves so much volume, because they are the third largest retailer on the planet, they have the purchasing power to manufacture a Kirkland version at comparable or better quality for less. Every name brand that sells through Costco knows this. They know that if they push too hard on price, they lose the shelf space. And they know that Kirkland will replace them. That silent threat keeps supplier pricing in check across the entire store. Kirkland isn't just a product line. It's the gun Costco keeps on the table during every supplier negotiation. Which brings us back to the hot dog. Costco doesn't make money on the hot dog. They know they don't make money on the hot dog. That is exactly the point. The $1.50 combo is what marketers call a loss leader, a product priced below cost to drive foot traffic and signal value to customers. Every retailer uses loss leaders, but Costco took the concept further than anyone else in retail history. In 2009, beef prices spiked sharply. The $1.50 combo became genuinely unsustainable at the margins Costco was running. Most companies in that position would have done the obvious thing. Raise the price a little, blame inflation, move on. Costco didn't raise the price. Instead, they spent hundreds of millions of dollars to buy their own cattle farms and build their own meat processing facilities. They vertically integrated their entire hot dog supply chain so they could keep the price at $1.50. Think about that for a moment. A company chose to build a meat processing operation from scratch rather than add 50 cents to a hot dog. Because the hot dog was never about profit. The hot dog is a promise. It tells every single member who walks past that food court, we will never rip you off. We will absorb the cost before we pass it to you. And that promise, maintained for 40 years across every economic cycle, every supply chain crisis, every inflationary period, is worth more than any margin they could ever make on a $2 hot dog.